All right, so you're thinking about getting your PL.
Exciting stuff.
It really is. Once you have that little card,
Yeah.
it really does kind of open up a whole new world here in Canada,
Yeah, so many different firearms you can own and enjoy once you have your PL.
especially the non-restricted class, right?
Yeah, that's a great place to start.
I remember being a little overwhelmed at first trying to understand all the action types
A lot.
there are. So let's break it down.
Sounds good.
Let's start with something that I think a lot of people are curious about, bolt-action rifles.
Okay.
What makes them so special?
Well, for one, they're known for their accuracy.
Right.
That volt action mechanism, it really locks the cartridge securely in place, which helps ensure consistent and precise shots.
So that's why you see them used for everything from, hunting to long-range target shooting.
Exactly.
So when I'm picturing a bolt-action rifle in my mind,
Yeah.
is there a specific model that comes to mind? Something that really embodies that accuracy and reliability?
The Tikka T3x Lite. It's a fantastic rifle.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's incredibly accurate for its price point, and the lightweight design is really perfect for carrying around in the field, especially if you're covering a lot of ground.
What about someone who's, maybe just starting out
Sure.
on a tighter budget?
Yeah.
Are there any bolt actions that are known for being, reliable but affordable?
For sure. Yeah, the Savage Axis series is a popular choice for beginners.
Okay.
It's a real workhorse, and you can find them chambered in a variety of calibers, like .243 Winchester for smaller game, or .308 Winchester if you're planning on hunting larger game.
That makes sense. Now let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about something with a little bit more character. I'm talking lever action rifles.
Yeah,
There's just something so cool about that classic design.
I agree. It's like something straight out of a Western movie.
Exactly.
But they're not just for show. They're still very practical for hunting and sport shooting.
For sure.
The Marlin 336, for example.
Yeah. The Marlin 336, chambered in .3 Drenny Winchester.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a favorite for generations of hunters, and for good reason. Known for its reliability and its ability to handle tough conditions.
And speaking of classic lever actions, we can't forget about the Winchester Model 94,
Oh, of course not.
the gun that won the West.
It's amazing to think about all that history behind those rifles.
Right. Now, with lever actions,
Yeah.
are there any models that, stand out as being more modern
Absolutely.
or having unique features?
The Browning BLR,
Okay.
that's a great example. It's still a lever action, but it has a detachable box magazine, which is different than the traditional tubular magazines you usually see on lever actions.
Right.
And it's chambered for more modern, higher power cartridges, so, giving you more versatility in terms of what you can hunt.
Interesting. So it's like you get that classic lever action feel,
Yeah.
but with some modern upgrades.
You got it.
Now, I know you're also a big fan of pump action firearms.
Big fan.
What is it about that action type that appeals to you?
Well, pump actions are just so versatile.
Okay.
You see them in both rifles and shotguns.
Right.
And, they're known for their reliability and their ability to cycle a variety of different ammunition types. Plus, they're fun to shoot. There's something satisfying about that pumping action.
So when we're talking about pump action rifles,
Yeah.
what are some of the popular models that come to mind?
The Remington 7600 is a classic,
Okay.
often chambered in .3006 Springfield, a very versatile hunting caliber. It's a reliable and accurate rifle.
And of course, we can't talk about pump actions without mentioning shotguns.
Oh, for sure.
You got a favorite in that category?
Oh, definitely. The Mossberg 500.
Okay, I've heard that name a lot.
Yeah, it's a real workhorse, adaptable to a wide range of purposes, from hunting to home defense, and it's known for being incredibly tough and reliable.
What about other popular pump action shotguns?
Well, the Remington 870 is another classic. Been around for ages, and it's earned a reputation for being nearly indestructible. And then you have the Winchester SXP, which is known for its smooth and fast action, making it great for follow-up shots if you're shooting clays or hunting birds.
It's amazing to me how many different types of firearms are available in Canada.
It really is.
It really is a diverse world out there.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Right?
There's so many other fascinating firearms to explore, each with its own unique history, design, and purpose.
Speaking of exploring, I know we have more ground to cover, especially when it comes to semi-automatic rifles and even single-shot firearms.
Lots to talk about.
But before we dive into those, let's take a quick break.
All right.
We'll be right back to continue our deep dive into the world of Canadian firearms.
So we were talking about all these different firearms available to Canadians with their PAL.
Yeah, and it really is an exciting time to be exploring those options.
For sure.
We've covered bolt actions, lever actions, and pump actions so far.
Yeah, what a variety.
Now let's talk about another action type that's incredibly popular, semi-automatics.
Oh, yeah, semi-autos.
So these are the ones where each pull of the trigger fires a single round, and the firearm automatically reloads for the next shot.
Exactly.
Makes for a very different shooting experience.
It does.
And particularly popular for, sport shooting and target practice.
That's right.
I bet. When I think of semi-automatics, the Ruger 1022 instantly comes to mind.
Oh, a classic.
That seems like a classic for a reason.
It is. It's like the gateway to the world of semi-automatic rifles.
Okay.
Chambered in .22 LR, a relatively low recoil and inexpensive round makes it perfect for beginners.
So learn the fundamentals.
Exactly.
I've heard so many people say their first firearm was a 1022.
Yep, very popular.
Plus, they're super customizable, right?
You can personalize it to your heart's content.
Wow.
Stocks, scopes, barrels, you name it.
It's like the Lego of firearms. So besides the Ruger 1022,
Yeah.
what other semi-automatic rifles should someone who is getting their PL consider?
If you're looking for something a bit more modern, still in .22 LR,
Okay.
the Savage A22 is a good pick,
Okay.
known for its accuracy and reliability.
What if someone wants to step up to larger calibers?
Sure.
For something like big game hunting.
Then a semi-auto like the Browning Bayard MK3 might be a good fit.
Okay.
A high-quality hunting rifle available in calibers like .308 Winchester and .3006 Springfield, suitable for taking down larger game.
That's awesome. We've talked about so many different action types.
We have.
But there's one more I'm curious about, single-shot firearms.
Single shots, they often get overlooked.
Yeah.
There's a certain elegance to their simplicity.
Right.
As the name suggests, you can only fire one round before needing to manually reload.
It sounds like a very deliberate and methodical way to shoot.
It is, and for some shooters, that's what they want.
Makes sense.
Single-shot rifles, like the Henry single shot, are known for their accuracy and craftsmanship.
And I've heard some single shots are incredibly versatile.
Oh, for sure. Like the Thompson Center Encore Pro Hunter has a modular design.
What does that mean?
You can swap barrels.
So you could change the caliber.
Exactly.
Wow, that's really cool.
You could use it for everything from varmint hunting with a small caliber barrel to a big game hunting with a larger caliber, all with the same firearm.
That opens up a lot of possibilities.
It does.
It's incredible to think that all of these firearms are legally accessible to PL holders in Canada.
It's a testament to the balance Canada strikes between individual freedoms and public safety.
For sure. But with all this talk about firearms,
it's
important to remember that owning one is a privilege that comes with responsibilities.
Couldn't agree more. Responsible firearm ownership starts with education.
That's what the PL is all about, right?
It is.
Speaking of the PLL, for those listening who are eager to get their license,
yes,
what would be the first step?
The Canadian Firearms Program website, tons of info on the process, the steps, the courses.
And I imagine there are also resources for finding local firearms instructors.
Absolutely.
Or shooting ranges.
Connecting with experienced shooters is invaluable.
Yeah.
They can provide guidance, hands-on training, help you prep for the PL test.
It's amazing how supportive the firearms community is.
It's true. Strong sense of camaraderie among enthusiasts.
Everyone understands the importance of responsible ownership.
For sure.
And safe practices.
Yep.
So once someone has their PLL,
okay,
how do they actually acquire a firearm?
One way is through licensed firearms retailers, gun shop. They can offer expert advice.
And I imagine with the rise of online shopping, there are options for purchasing firearms online as well.
Yes, but remember, online purchases still need a valid PL.
Speaking of regulations,
what
are some key points that every PL holder needs to be aware of?
Safe storage is a big one.
Okay.
Non-restricted firearms must be unloaded and stored securely, typically in a locked container.
Prevents unauthorized access.
Exactly.
And ensures that firearms are kept out of the wrong hands.
That's right.
What about transportation?
When transporting non-restricted firearms, they have to be unloaded.
And there are specific regulations regarding magazine capacity.
You're right. Centerfire, semi-automatic rifles, and handguns have limits on how many rounds their magazines can hold.
These limits are in place to
promote public safety and responsible use.
Makes sense. It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But it's clear that responsible firearm ownership is
Yeah.
an ongoing commitment.
It is. It requires staying up to date with the law, safe handling, promoting a culture of responsible use.
But it's also incredibly rewarding.
It is.
It's about enjoying a safe and rewarding hobby,
For sure.
whether it's hunting,
Hunting.
sports shooting,
Oh,
or simply the satisfaction of mastering a new skill.
absolutely.
It's about connecting with nature,
Yeah.
challenging yourself,
Of being part of a community.
that shares your passion for firearms
That's it.
and the history and craftsmanship of these incredible tools.
You're so right. There's a beauty to it.
I think we could talk about firearms for hours.
You too. So much to explore and appreciate.
But I think it's important to leave our listeners with some final thoughts
Agree.
and encouragement.
For sure. For anyone on the fence about getting their PL, take the leap.
Explore.
What is it, brother?
Discover the joy of responsible firearm ownership.
You might surprise yourself.
It's funny, when I first started learning about firearms, I was so focused on, the technical stuff.
Oh, the details.
Like the action types and the calibers.
It can seem overwhelming at first.
It really can. But the more I got involved, I realized it's about so much more than just the mechanics,
Yeah.
It's about the history, the craftsmanship, the
Yeah.
connection to nature. It is.
The sense of community.
The community is amazing.
It really is. And I think for anyone listening who's thinking about getting their PL, it's important to hear that side of it.
For sure.
It's not just about, owning a firearm.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's about joining this community of passionate and responsible individuals.
Absolutely. And that community is so welcoming to newcomers.
They are.
Everyone remembers what it was like to be starting out,
Right.
and they're always eager to share their knowledge and experiences.
I remember feeling a bit intimidated when I first started going to the shooting range,
Oh, yeah.
but everyone was so helpful and patient.
That's great.
I quickly realized it's a very safe and controlled environment.
Safety is paramount.
It is.
There are so many measures in place to make sure everyone feels comfortable.
Yeah, and as you gain experience and confidence, you can start exploring different disciplines,
Oh, so many options.
right? There's something for everyone, whether you're interested in target shooting, competitive shooting, or hunting. That's the beauty of it.
And even within those disciplines, there are so many different types of firearms to try.
We've only talked about a few today.
We talked about bolt actions, lever actions, pump actions.
Semi-automatics, single shots.
Each one offers a unique experience.
It really does.
And the best part is, once you have your PL, you can explore all of those options.
Legally and responsibly here in Canada.
It's a privilege we have that's worth celebrating.
Absolutely.
It really is a testament to the balance Canada strikes.
Between individual freedoms and public safety.
We have access to a wide range of firearms,
We do.
but we also have strong regulations.
To ensure they're used safely and ethically.
I think it's safe to say we've both thoroughly enjoyed this deep dive.
I've had a blast.
It's been a great reminder of why we're so passionate about this hobby.
It's been a pleasure sharing our knowledge and experiences.
For anyone who is inspired to take that next step,
Get your PL.
visit the Canadian Firearms Program website, connect with local instructors.
You won't regret it.
Happy shooting.